What seemed like a small act of responsibility, helping his drunk boss get home safely, was in truth a defining moment that quietly revealed the single dad's real character. While others laughed, judged, or chose to walk away, he stayed. Not because it was his job, not because he expected gratitude or reward, but because he believed it was the right thing to do. As he supported her through the empty streets, exhaustion weighed heavy on his shoulders, an exhaustion born from years of sleepless nights, balancing work deadlines with bedtime stories, school runs, and unspoken worries about the future. In that silent journey, his integrity spoke louder than words. He treated his boss with dignity, never taking advantage of her vulnerability, never mentioning the incident to anyone. Behind his calm presence was a man fighting private battles, grief, financial strain, and the constant pressure of being both mother and father to his child. Yet he carried it all with quiet strength, asking for nothing in return. What no one saw was how familiar this responsibility felt to him, caring for someone who couldn't stand on their own, putting another person's safety before his own comfort. This was his everyday reality. That single night became a mirror, reflecting the kind of man he was when no one was watching. The next morning began like any other workday, but one unexpected question shifted everything. Still unsettled by the previous night, the boss called him into her office, not to reprimand him, but to understand him. Her voice was calm, almost hesitant, as she asked a simple question that carried surprising weight. "Why did you help me?" He didn't answer right away. There was no rehearsed explanation, no attempt to impress or defend himself. When he finally spoke, his words were quiet and honest. He said he did it because leaving someone alone in that state didn't feel right, because responsibility didn't disappear when the office lights went off, and because, as a single father, he had learned that taking care of others wasn't a choice. It was a way of life. That answer struck her harder than she expected. In that moment, the image she had of him as just another reliable employee began to crack. She saw the weight he carried every day, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the strength required to show up for work while holding an entire household together alone. His calm wasn't indifference. It was resilience. His silence wasn't weakness. It was dignity. That single moment of honesty became a turning point that neither of them could have anticipated. What started as a simple question, "Why did you help me?" unraveled layers of character, courage, and integrity that had gone unnoticed for years. For the boss, it was an awakening. She realized that true strength often exists in quiet actions, away from the spotlight, where no one is watching and where no one applauds. She saw a man who acted not for recognition or reward, but because it was right, because responsibility mattered more than ego. From that day forward, their relationship began to change. The casual, transactional dynamic of employee and employer evolved into one of mutual respect. She trusted him in ways she had never trusted anyone before, relying on his judgment, valuing his opinions, and seeing him as a person capable of remarkable empathy and strength. Meanwhile, he felt seen for the first time, not just as a worker, but as a human being whose efforts, struggles, and sacrifices mattered. That single act of kindness, performed in private, rippled far beyond that moment. It proved that authenticity and moral courage can create opportunities no one could predict. Opportunities not only for career growth, but for deep human connection. In a world that often celebrates loud gestures, this quiet display of integrity reshaped perceptions, built bridges of trust, and opened doors that would have otherwise remained closed.